Alright. So, yesterday, I got a little fed up with Final Fantasy XIV. Why do you ask that? Well, maybe it was because after I had gotten my relic weapon, it, kind of made me realize that something is extremely wrong with this endgame. Now, what would this be? I mean, all endgames are the same. You hit max level, you start doing dungeons, you start getting your gear up, start getting your gear ready for the final raid, the final whatever. In this game, it so happens to do a weird kind of system. A system that only uses two currencies. Now, before I get started, I know people out there are going to be like, oh, but Bri, World of Warcraft had a heroic system and fucking all those things. Yeah, I'm quite aware of that. Yes, it worked out well. However, the Square's approach to it is just a little redundant. Just a little. So, for example, for someone who is I want to say a casual. I don't want to say casual, no, because I'm not a casual. Anyways, for someone who listens to everybody else online that says, oh, you should probably get your dark light gear. So that means your dark light hat, your shirt, your gloves, your waist, pants, legs, neck choker, ring, another ring, earring, and wrists. So that's what? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pieces of dark light that people want you to get before you can start running the big and bad stuff, which include, I don't know, hard mode Titan. Now, hard mode Titan is not only a very annoying fight, but it is also the hugest wall in an MMO I have ever seen to separate players from like literal endgame to just casual play. Now, why do I say that? I say that because at some point when you're in the Titan fight, you need to DPS the heart down. If you do not DPS the heart down, then you all die and you wipe. Alright. Not hard. Not when you have, if you use Instant Duty Finder, maybe you have 4 DPS, which is damage per second, which are people who beat up things. There's 2 tanks. For some reason, you only need 1, but they give you 2. You can't queue without 2. And then there's 2 healers. Now, however, if someone at all dies before or after the heart phase, it may result in an 80% chance of wiping. Now, why is that? Why is it 80%? That's a fucking high number. A high number. High shit. So it's 80% because once you die, you need to get res. That's one thing. And let's account this outside of phase 4, which is heart phase. You need to get revived. When you get revived, you come back to life. If you res yourself in the wrong spot at the wrong time, he's going to do any move. And if it's even remotely in your vicinity, you're dead. Which includes Wrath of the Land. But it's an AoE that it'll smash you to bits if you res. Or he'll even use Tumult, which is like stomp the yard. Or, the rock slide. So, if you res at the wrong time, you're basically dead. You're dead. And then if they res you again and the same thing happens, it's going to be a wipe. If you're DPS, that means Titan's heart may live because you were the one who weren't, alive at the time and everybody else is DPSing, and then everyone's going to be like, oh, this is a failed group, blah, 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 blah. Or if you're a healer and you die after the heart, shatters, if you will, it's going to be even harder for you to live because not only do you have the resurrection sickness on you, which makes your HP a lot less than what it should be, but you're just coming back and you need to realize what cycle of attack he's in. The fight, it's hard, yeah, but if you can learn the mechanics and dodging, it is super simple. So even if you have a good group that knows how to dodge all that, that doesn't mean you're not gonna die. Why is that? Because they're gonna complain about how shitty your gear is. Yes, everyone on that game is an elitist. Why is that? Because everyone wants to farm Dark Light. Alright, let me get back on the topic of Dark Light. Once again, Dark Light gear. It's the best in slot you can do for your character. That is not including the gear from like the Coils of Bahamut, which is the final raid, which you should have at least Dark Light gear on. However, there are other pieces of gear that are better than Dark Light that you should probably try to save up for, but at the same time, if you have your relic weapon, you can buff that up each week. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say each week? I meant once in 3 weeks. Why is that? Oh, hold on, wait, I got this. So, there are two types of currencies. There's philosophy tombstones, and then there are mythical tombstones. The philosophy are used for gear such as Dark Light and other miscellaneous items to do some crafting in. However, there is, you can only hold 2,000 of those. But, the mythical tombstones, you can only have 300 a week. Only 300 a week. There are pieces of gear that cost more than 300. Like they cost like 800 at least. Easy, they cost 800. Easy. Or 825 for the Warrior's Curtis, 825. Those are the main pieces of armor right there. And they cost 825. You can only get 300 of these a week. But wait, hold on. What makes it worse is this item that I need right here. How many of those? 2. I need 2 to make my weapon a +1 like that other guy. Like this guy over here. But in order to get that, I need to play and max out on my currency each week. Oh, wait, what's this? What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. That weapon has 2. Why is that? Because the shield actually only needs 1. So everybody needs 3 of these items just to upgrade their shit one time. Which means you must not spend your currency on anything else but that weapon to make it stronger. And Square is a troll because there's an achievement to get all of the relics. All of the relics. Now, to get a relic, you need to have a specific weapon. You can find a weapon on market. People make it all the time and sell it for cheap. But then you have to have someone else put the material on for you if you can't do it yourself, which is fine. No big deal. You have to kill a few things with it. You need to kill Chimera, which people struggle on, because if you don't kill this bastard, you're gonna die. You're gonna die horribly, because you have to have someone stop it from wiping like all the melee DPS with one move. If you don't silence it, you're dead. Then after you kill him, you need to go kill something called Hydra. And Hydra's an annoying fight if you have a group of people who don't pay attention. Anyways, yeah, so you do 2 preliminary fights, and then you do hard mode Ifrit, who is super easy, by the way. And then you do hard mode Garuda, which is it's not a difficult fight, but it can be if you have people, yet again, who don't know what they're doing. And then you have hard mode Titan, which is the guy who basically says, go fuck yourself. Especially if you don't have Dark Light gear. However, I have my relic weapon right here. Now. Before you say, but brah, you probably paid for that. No, I do not pay people for runs. That is stupid. How much is a run? You ask? If one free company, aka a guild, wants to run you, or you ask them to run you, they're like, oh yeah, bro, fucking, 200,000 gil. I have only managed to come up with 120,000 for the whole span of levels 1 to 50. How the fuck am I supposed to have that much? That's one thing. And 2, why would I pay someone to run me through something I know I can beat? I just need the right team, which I got the right team, and that's why I have my thing. Thanks, guys. By the way, in that whole little instance of me beating hard mode Titan, my gear, yes, it was pretty shit. Why is that? Because, as people suggested, you might want to get some Dark Light gear. I only had 1 piece of Dark Light, just 1, and everything else was just pretty based. It's just really bad. I didn't have any of the hard mode weapons. I didn't get a lot of gear from dungeons. Because, yeah, you can get gear from dungeons, but it's not as good as Dark Light, which is why people are like, oh my god, you don't have Dark Light. And then there are even people who are full of Dark Light. And then people are like, oh, what's that? Oh, item level 60. Get out of here. It's supposed to be all 70. It's like Endgame in this game is just absolutely like redundant. It's horrible. And let me get back on the topic of the mythical tombstones. I've already had my qualms with them because, like I said, there are items for even mythical that cost 825 currency. You only get 300 in the week. That's so long of grinding. That's every week. You gotta sit at your computer and do either... No, for mythical, you must do Emperor Keep. Emperor Keep, at the end, will give you 40 of those out of the 300 you can get in a week. And then they'll give you 80 philosophy stones, which is nice. But 40. That is so small. That is so small. It's annoying. It's annoying. But, like I said, if you don't want to do, that to upgrade your weapon or to get something that's like the best in slot for your character, I just say, you can do one run of a dungeon, and I forget the name, but it's prayer, whatever. It's prayer, not prayer, like Prae, yeah. Anyways, so you go to that place, which is basically the last kind of story mission dungeon that you had to do. No gear drops there, not that you need it, but the run takes a speed run. Takes 25 minutes. 25 minutes. That's a lot of time. That's the fastest I've ever done it. 25 minutes. So you mean to tell me that at the end of that, I get 100 philosophy stones? I get one spanking 100. A piece of dark light is the cheapest. 325. I believe 325. 325? Yeah, somewhere around those lines. 325 for dark light. That's expensive. That's 4 runs, basically. 4 runs flat to get the cheapest of the items. The cheapest. And if you're like me and you're like, oh, well, fuck that shit, I'm not going, I'm pretty sure you're going to wind up going. Why? Because if you want to do something like the Coils of Ifrit, having gear like mine that is nowhere near being a complete dark light set, even though I have a relic and I had to spend 900 philosophy tombstones to make it. 900. Yes, that's 9 runs of the same place just to get my weapon. Point being, even if you have that and you have shitty armor, they will not let you into the, the Coils of Bahamut. Unlike a game like WoW, it won't have an item level like total. At least I haven't found it. But even so, you cannot, like, there's nothing to say, hey, you have the right gear to come in here now. There's nothing for that. And if there was, I wouldn't have gotten my relic weapon. So when people complain to me about, oh, your gear is so shit, your gear is so bad, I don't give a fuck, because they let me queue. If they let me queue, obviously I'm not doing anything wrong. Not doing anything wrong at all. But the point is, this game has become so grindy. Not even considering the fucking, oh god, what is it? The fate grinding. Me and Ryan had to grind fates all the way from 35 to 50. And now we have to grind even more for the gear. There are people who already have +3 weapons, including Darklight. I got a life. I don't got time for that. Not at all. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the rant. It's a very big pet peeve on mine from Square to make a game like this, because WoW has done it so much better, and so has Terra Online. And I'm not being an elitist, but gotta step your game up, step it up. Thanks for listening, guys.